Last time on Pole House Backpop Weekend Getaways, we took a ferry ride to visit Mackinac Island. And we fixed Wade's Hunter Stew. This week we visit a fort with live working demonstrations. But we start the day off with breakfast strata. Stick around!
I think they're done, hon.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Morning, everybody. We had a nice little rain shower last night, but it was...
Made us go to bed.
Yeah, it was well after we got back from yesterday's trip over to Mackinac Island, which was a wonderful, wonderful time. Had a great day over there. Beautiful weather. And so the rain came in well after dark last night, so made us go to bed, which we needed to get
We
a little,
needed to
get a
do
little
that.
good
We were
night's sleep.
tired.
And slept in this morning because today's kind of a little more lazy day. We've been
Yep.
hot and heavy busy for the last, since we left home, so.
Anyhow, we don't know what we're doing today. That's Sheila's planned all that. So we're in charge of breakfast, and we're fixing one of our family favorites, especially at Christmas time. We're doing strata.
Yep. Breakfast strata.
Now, Wade and I yesterday did the prep work on it because you have to let the actual strata set overnight. It tastes better if you do. You
Yeah.
don't have to, but we like it
Soaks
better
up
that
then.
way. So we're going to go ahead and Wade's going to get it started and start the briquettes. Fact is, you could start the
Yep.
briquettes.
And in the meantime, we'll recap, or
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
rewind and show you how
we did
how
it.
we made it. So we'll be right back. It's all right. That'd be good on the film, wouldn't it? probably go over and put it too. Okay, so, like I said, we made it last night. Put it in a gallon Ziploc. Now, I'm just going to rip the bag off because it's easy just to kind of open this up and plop it out right in the bottom of the tray. I did spray it with some cooking spray first. So you get all the goodie out of there. Some of that cheese is kind of stuck. We don't want to do that.
No, we want all the goodie out.
Now, all we basically have to do is spread this out evenly into the bottom. One last ingredient. We got, like I said, we put 2 cups of cheese inside when we mixed it all up. And I forgot to get it up. There it is. Another 2 cups of cheddar cheese on top. Nice cheesy breakfast too. And just evenly spread it all over the top. Just going to dump it out and spread it that way. Charcoal's almost ready, so put the lid on it. And a couple minutes of charcoal is ready. We'll get this to baking. So we'll be right back. Okay, our charcoal is ready. So we're going to do our normal baking process like you would with any thing here. Around the bottom. And we're going to do 30 pieces of charcoal. So of course we're going to need to have 10 on the bottom. We'll start there. Now, you'll notice I did not put any charcoal inside on the bottom, just right around the outside edge. We never want to do, even if we need a lot of heat, that heat will still go in, and we don't want to burn the center of what we're cooking. So, now we're just going to do our nice ring around the outside. About 4 in the middle. Try to get even as the heat as we can, and we're still gonna, now with it being about a good probably 45-minute cook time, we'll probably wait 15 minutes instead of every 10 to rotate. Just don't that long, just kind of wasted time. Don't need to do it that much. So okay, set the timer for 15 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, it has been 45 minutes,
Oh, and I smell it.
and I put the extra 15 charcoal on about 10 minutes ago, after about 35 minutes of cook time. So we'll see if it's done yet. May not be quite ready. Should be getting close.
Guess what, dear? I don't even have to check that.
No.
That's done.
If the top's done and brown like that, you know it's all hot
And
all
see,
the way through.
it's pulling away from the edges, and it's bubbly.
All right.
It's yummy goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna
eat.
eat. Time for brunch. Well, we had our brunch, sit around and visited and did nothing for a little bit.
And then cleaned up.
Yeah, cleaned up camp, and then it got a little bit more cloudy and kind of windy and cool, but looked at the forecast, not much chance of rain, which is good. So we're headed out. Sheila, where are we going to?
We're going to be going to Fort Michilimackinac, which is the original fort, French fort, that when they founded this area, Father Marquette was part of it, who founded this fort. It's part of Mackinac City, and we also have a lighthouse there too. So hopefully
Yeah,
this
this fort was before they built the fort over on Mackinac Island, when the British built that. Went by yesterday, didn't they? All right, cool,
Now,
great.
are we going across that big long bridge today?
No, we're going to be going over the Mackinac Bridge tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Angel's scared. Good thing I'm gonna be driving when we get out of here, because we're gonna go that way when we leave.
Angel's got a front row seat on the roof.
That's right.
This site has working demonstrations year-round. Although we were at the end of the season, ours started off with a
Fire! God save the king! You with me? Artillery salute!
Good, but also a lot of times this is where you created your medicine.
Yeah, they grew lots of their own
They had to.
food, of course.
Right.
Well, they needed to do it inside the fort, just in case
Right.
there was an attack.
Right.
They had to
This would be the
provide.
women would come out here, and especially a lot of the herbs and things like that.
And they, like you said, they used them for
More than, yeah.
more than food, but for perfumes, because they didn't have
Right.
deodorant. They used natural stuff.
But
for
also they would
deodorant.
make tinctures and do your native, holistic medicines. Well, that's today's
Yeah.
term. Back then it was the medicine to make them better.
Ezekiel Solomon's root cellar. Ezekiel Solomon used this cool underground cellar to store food and trade items. Archaeologists discovered the cellar well-preserved wooden floor and log walls more than 200 years after Solomon demolished the house during the move to Mackinac Island in 1781. The original 18th century artifacts are displayed on the cellar floor where they were found during the excavation. As you can tell by the two different styles of roofs, two different countries built this fort, the French and the English. They say the French lasted longer. This is an example of a typical British barracks. Each bed held 3 people. Each barracks held anywhere from 18 to 24. Hope you liked your neighbor. 3 people per bed. Soldiers' daily ration in the Age Regiment was 1 pound of bread, half a pound of pork, 1 ounce of butter, a 1/4 pint of peas, and 1 ounce of oatmeal. That isn't very much food.
It's a nice little walk.
There's a lot of walking.
Yeah, it's a good little walk.
First of all, what is the name of this fort?
It's it's Fort Mackinac, but there's another mission. Mission something. But when we heard it, we'll find it out. But
we'll put it at the bottom of the screen.
yeah, the actual name.
It's the original fort for Mackinac Island. They were
not for this area, not Mackinac Island.
this fort. They moved to Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
They just packed it up. It
Yeah.
was, from what I've been told, the lake was froze and they walked it over.
Yeah, and some
where
of the
it's
stuff,
at now.
Yeah, some of the stuff when by the summer they had to finish, and they ship. But yeah, and then they left it abandoned for many years, probably a couple hundred, and then they decided the state of Michigan decided to basically
This was
recreate
the
it.
second national or state park, wasn't
Second
it?
state park, and some of the original
Michigan.
stuff down in the cellars that they found. We got a picture of that one right inside where the
There's several pictures.
store
'cause I
was,
took some.
and one of the in the priests or the where the priest, the priest's house cellar.
I didn't.
That
see
was
that
kind of
one.
neat. That we saw when I was down in the museum. But they showed some of the things that they had dug up over.
This
over
is
the
well
years,
worth
so.
the money. It was how much a piece?
I think $14.95. Yeah.
This is well worth the money.
Yeah, so it's a decent walk from where you come into the a visitor center and get your tickets, and then come over here to the fort.
But it's mostly if you've got
yeah.
problems walking or in a wheelchair or something. It's
you can still do it.
yeah. I mean, there was a lady in here with a motorized cart.
It's gravel as you go all the way through, but it's fairly
It's all level.
fairly level. So
And they have working demonstrations here too.
yes,
Like the blacksmith.
blacksmith. I went and visited that a little bit.
I did too.
And they have other information. There's a guy
And
that
they
did
have hourly, it looked like, or every half hour on the on season, where they actually did stuff like shooting off the
well, they were
cannon.
getting ready to. We didn't watch it, but they were getting ready to do a musket shooting. We had to go in. They had a tour of the gardens. The gardens are really interesting, and some of the original plants that we don't see much around here, they actually came over from England and different places. Herbs and spices and just regular like turnips, because potatoes really weren't a thing much in this, especially
No.
as far north.
So
this time of the 1700s. Well, this may not come out because it's fairly windy underneath the Mackinac Bridge, but if you look, I'll turn around here. This side is Lake Michigan. Over this side, Lake Huron. So the bridge is the dividing point between the two lakes, even though technically this is one big body of water. This actually is just a short walk. Can't really see it. Down the trail, about a 1/4 mile or less to Fort Mackinac. And right over this other way, can't hardly see it though, not very far, is the lighthouse.
as we look at a view of the old Mackinac Lighthouse, we'd like to say this about does it for this weekend getaway. We hope you liked this video. If you did, please like us, share us on Facebook or Instagram, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Next time on Pole House Butt Pop Weekend Getaways, we give you a tour of this wonderful campground. We take a very scary ride across the Mackinac Bridge. And we fix baked spaghetti. See you then.